Welcome to the Picking Your Target Market. This is one of my favorite programs. Use PropStream, but there's many out there for residential, small multifamily. PropStream is great. I've also used Reonomy, which is for more your multifamily and commercial. CoStar, of course, everyone's heard of CoStar. Huge company. ForSaleByOwner.com is another one. I'll probably get to that in another video, but that's another great way to prospect. But there's basically three ways I target my market. And let's start like in literally your backyard. So I'm going to put in McHenry, Illinois. And there's basically three different levels you can start searching for. One is the county level. So McHenry, actual county, Lake County, Cook County, which would be downtown Chicago, DuPage County, which is the western suburbs of Chicago, villages and towns like the McHenry I just put in, or the zip codes. You could throw in your zip codes through here and search. You could also do a radius by this little tool here, and it could actually draw out a circle of where you want to go to. So the different types of properties we're going to be looking for, right? We're not really looking for types of properties, but we're skip tracing and texting people. We want to be organized, right? So we're going to look first for single family homes. Then we're going to look for buildings that are 5 units and below. Then we're going to look for multifamily, it's 5 units and above. And then commercially zoned properties like office buildings, marinas, campgrounds, stuff like that. So those are the four main categories. But again, we're always searching for pain, but for organization purposes, we want to know where our money's going, right? When we're skip tracing and texting these people, we want to know where exactly our money's going. So this is just a nice way to stay organized. Again, we're searching for the seller's pain. And what is pain? Pain could be the reason why the seller needs to sell the property. If they don't have pain or urgency, they're more or less likely to just sell it on the MLS. So I'll kind of get down to it. Where the number one type of pain I look for is tired landlords, right? So we're going to look under McHenry County. And the good thing about PropStream, it already has your quick list choices here. So I just go and look for tired landlords. I could break down the different property characteristics. So I like to break them down on towns or villages, the type of pain, tired landlords, and then the asset class. So let's say residential. If we're looking for commercial, we'll keep it nice and organized, different folders, different spreadsheets. So we start to download these things. Let's say I'm looking for single family homes. You can keep breaking it down even more if you wanted to. We're going to look for properties that are off market. For this one, we're also going to be looking for on market. That's a whole nother video, which I probably will do another one on properties that have been on the market for over 100 days. But for this demonstration purposes, you could basically go down the list and play around with different types. I like to keep it broad in the beginning until I get to know the area. Okay. So right here, we have 761 properties that are single family homes that are tired landlords. And let's get down to these different properties. Now, we're not going to go through every single one of them. We're going to download the whole list and we're going to upload it to Launch Control. And I'll get to that in the next series, probably next week, on the different tools you're going to be using. But this one looks like it's underneath a trust. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath. Tells you all the mortgage information. Let's see. Was failed on the market 83 days. Interesting. And that was only a couple months ago. So this might be a prospect, right? Why didn't it sell? One of two reasons why a property doesn't sell. One, it's overpriced, right? Or number two, the price is so high and the owner doesn't realize or can't afford the repairs. And so they didn't want to let the property go and it failed on its listing. That's another great pain threshold we're going to get to. So that's one of them, tired landlords. Another one I like is divorce. I don't like a divorce, but I like to buy properties that people have been through divorces. So again, single family, off market, nothing here. It looks like everyone's sticking together through COVID. That's great. Okay, next is vacant. Vacant is one of my third favorites. No vacant properties. Let's clear this. Let's just make sure that we're getting a good take on this. It's hard to believe there's no vacant. Sorry, I clicked vacant land. That's why. All right, let's go through this again. This is live and uncut. Okay, 53 properties vacant. Again, gives you property ownership details. The MLS looks like it was sold a couple months ago. Mortgage information, and we'll go through another video on how to evaluate these properties. But I think you're getting the drift. The drift. Tired landlords, divorce, vacant houses, health issues, tax or mechanic liens, failed MLS listings. This one I'm going to go through a little farther. This is one of my favorite failed listings for a subject to opportunity, right? The reason why it failed is probably too much, is too high, right? Or like I said before, too much repairs need to get done and the owner probably couldn't pay for them. So we're going to look for single family again. We're going to look for, now it's off market. Okay. We don't want it to go back on the market. Sometimes it failed and they just do that, realtors, and then they put it back on the market. And just to double check, let's go through it again. So it looks like, yes, it indeed failed a couple months ago for 295. So then the next thing I look for is listed for 295. Now, what is the mortgage on this thing? It is 189. So they got 280, 295 and 189. So they got some equity there. They could have sold it or dropped the price. So this was an interesting one. This is definitely one I would target, right? Custom Development LLC owns it. So failed listings are very, very unique. Let's say we find a property that has basically no equity, right? Let's see. This property failed at 269. It looks like they only have a mortgage balance of almost 30 grand. So I'm trying to find a property where there's little or no equity. $219. This one doesn't say, it just says intermarriage. Well, let's say, for instance, this property, they're trying to sell it for 219 and they owe, let's say, 210 grand on it, right? The seller is gonna have to pay a realtor commission, right? They're gonna have to pay a tax credit. So when you buy the property, you get the tax credit. When you sell it, you got to give it back by $400. Okay, they're gonna have closing fees and they're gonna have attorney fees. Chances are it's gonna exceed the 219 that they could sell it for, which means they have to come out of pocket. Why in the world would somebody want to come out of pocket? Relocation, right? Let's say they have to relocate for their job. Let's say they have to for divorce purposes. They just want to get rid of the house, bad memories. This would be a perfect opportunity to come in and say, listen, I'll save you all those extra fees if we just do a sell on terms. And the terms would be subject to mortgage. I'll basically purchase the property, you quick claim it to a land trust, you give me the keys, I give you a couple dollars for moving expenses, wipe our hands clean of this. You make the mortgage payments directly. Like me, I'll make the mortgage payments directly to the mortgage company, and they wipe their hands and they walk away. There's a couple objections that people are going to give you that, oh, I would never do that. What about the due on sale clause? Has it ever happened to me? Not yet, but it will. The more properties you get, chances are that's going to happen. You have to be prepared for it. Have your, contingency plans, right? You can either sell the property, give it back to the original owner. You can refinance it, or you could pay it off. Those are your basic options with it. So to recap, tired landlords, divorce, vacant houses, health issues, tax or mechanic liens, failed MLS listings, for sale by owner, I like a lot because they're trying to save money, right? With not selling it to a realtor, but they're not professionals. So why would somebody want to sell it for sale by owner? To save money? Chances are because they're upside down. That's a greater reason, right? High equity is great for people that have a secondary home, right? Like a lake house or a vacation home, something like that, where chances are they'll probably do articles for agreement of deed, another seller financing deal. Low or negative equity, I think we touched on that with The failed MLS listings, chances are if you get a failed MLS listing and a lower negative equity, chances are they're gonna be a great candidate for a subject to mortgage. That concludes this video, short and sweet. And our one-on-one will go deep dive more into your target market. This is just a 30,000 view up in the air of how to look for pain in the seller's mind.